Oh, are we live? Are we live, Jim?
I think so.
I'm not sure.
Live? I don't know.
I see a little red button in the upper left. So.
Hello, everyone. We have a comment. Oh, Stephen Kaplan is dancing. He's doing the Tim right now.
It's a little early for the Tim.
He's rocking the Tim. So thank you, Stephen. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another episode of the Tim and Jim and Marco show. Yeah. We're so excited you're here. I'm here in the forest of the wilderness of Northeast Pennsylvania. And my business is sohnsocialmediasolutions. And we're so excited to be here with you today. And Jim, my friend, take it away.
Yes. Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it might be, because this is an international show again today with our good friend from Portugal, Marco Novo. So even though I can speak Spanish to him, I should be speaking Portuguese, but I think he understands. They're very similar languages. And for those of you that may not know, Tim actually was it a minor in Spanish in college?
I majored in Spanish.
Don't tell anyone. Better. Muy bueno.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. See, he's correcting me already. Now, excited to have Marco here. Really interesting topic today. I'm sitting here in the basement without any turkeys and other animals in my backyard. Once in a while, there are lots of squirrels, but excited to be here again this week, Tim. And Tim had I would like to hope a little less stressful day today.
Shh, don't tell anyone. The kiddos have returned to school. Shh. Don't tell. But yes, yes. Shout out to that. But let's move on to Marco. Tell us who you are and why you are and where you are.
Well, I'm here because I already have dinner. Okay. I'm Marco Novo. As he said, I'm located in Portugal. In 2015, I was scrolling on my Facebook and I saw some a kind of weird publication post. Look, I'm here trying this new thing, Blab, join me. It was a good friend of mine. And I'm curious. And I hit that post. I went to Blab and I said, oh my God, what is this? People on the screen and you had the chat. And then he said to me, Marco, do you want to join? And I said, of course I want to join. And there's this, when it came up, one of my favorites quotes, which is love at first live. And then I fell in love with this Blab thing. I was like crazy talking to people. It was, do you know that feeling when you get back from holidays and you keep talking about the hotel, the beaches, the swimming pool, the food and everything? And I think it was for a month I was praising the live stream and people were looking at me, although this guy is nuts. Okay, stop smoking that weed. Stop. But I kept, and even though I found a few people who made a couple of shows with me, they want to get very serious about this. Oh, we have to plan. And I think I will think, okay, we are making a live show, or we are planning some invasion of some foreign country. I didn't know. And then we kind of split. And then I think it was on the late 2016. I got Facebook Live. I made my first Facebook Live show. It was my predictions for 2017. And since then, I didn't stop making live shows. I made, I think, with the special marketing live show, I made more than 200 shows. I had, I think, more than 200 guests. Oh my God, and some guests also, yes. And I travel from I think almost 30 countries, 4 continents. I speak 3 different languages on my show. I'm kind of a roller coaster, globetrotter live streamer.
That is amazing. I saw you even shared this information about this live stream in a different language.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's how I like to do things. And then what started to be my content, to share my knowledge, to bring customers to my consultant thing, became my first business, which is live streamer, consultant, and trainer, which is curious.
Yes, that's amazing. So you started pretty early on in live streaming. So what keeps you going? Why do you go live in the first place?
Well, I think I see this all the time. One of the things is I'm a stage animal. You know, if you give me a stage and 1,000 people in front of me, you make of me the most happy man in the world. You know, so I love live streaming because it's very easy to go live. Okay, you don't have to prepare. For instance, for me, it's way worse to prepare and to record a 5-minute video than to make a 1-hour live show all alone. For instance, yesterday I made a live show on Amazon. I was talking all alone for more than 1 hour, and it was amazing. You know, so I love this. I love the fun I have. For instance, when it's more than 1 people in the screen, like we are now, or just 2 people, it's amazing. It's how much I learn on this journey. Amazing people I met, and I think it's so advantages you find when you go live that it's hard for me to think that one day this could end for me.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, Marco. I mean, I think I'm the same way. I mean, and I know you recently had Mike Alton on your show, and I was able to tune in and watch your guys' conversation. And, you know, he's big on blogging, and I'm not saying that I think any of us are against it, but, you know, and maybe that's where we're similar. Like, I would much rather, you know, talk and do the video, and it's almost like, and I know there's software that could turn it into a blog post, but it's like, I'd rather get ready for the next live stream.
Absolutely. Guilty. Yes, I think, and again, when you have, for instance, when you have a business, you have to run the business. And so you have to get the most fast way to connect with your audience and to engage with them, because there's also it's the thrill of live streaming, and it's the main topic of today, because you never know what may come to you from comment section. It's the thrilling thing about this. And also in a business perspective, this could be good for you to generate authority, to generate trust, and also to understand the pains of your audience, how you can help them. And this is huge, because even though you may see some comments in other kinds of content, it's not by far the same thing.
Absolutely. So Jim, do you think we should dive into today's topic?
You know, that's probably not a bad idea. I think that's what
Let's get rolling. Jim, why don't you take question number 1 from Marco?
So Marco, this thing, imposter syndrome, what exactly is it, and how do we know if we have it?
Okay. What it is, it's that feeling you feel inside your heart, your mind, that says to you loudly, look, you're not as good as A or B. Look what they're doing. You can't do that. And I'm going to tell a story I was thinking about this story. Remains in my head because it was about 11, 12 years ago. I was about to go to my first training session as a trainer. It was my start. Before that, I made a couple of public speaking, but it was my first day as a professional trainer. And I was very nervous, very scared. And we were at a table lounging, and my father looked at me and he told me, "What's up, man?" In Portuguese. Okay. He doesn't speak English. And he noticed how nervous I was, how scared I was. And he told me, "Look, there's no reason for you to be like this because, in that room, you're the person who knows more the topic you're going to talk about it."
Yes.
Okay. And I think this could be the beginning of the conversation. And sometimes, and those days we face this situation, which is we see LinkedIn lives, we see LinkedIn posts, we see Facebook posts, we see Instagram posts, we see YouTube, whatever. We see tons and tons of content, and we see those amazing guys who share content all the time. And it's easy to think, I can't make that way. I can't be that good.
Yes.
But the problem is that this is kind of a reverse snowball effect. Okay, because and I think we are in the same boat. When we look back to our first shows, the quality of the image was not the same. The way we were acting on the screen was not the same. Even the content we share, even though for me it's the only thing it's not negotiable for me. It's the quality of the content. Okay,
right.
It's the only thing, because maybe the image is not that good, maybe the sound could not, and the background, whatever, but the content has to be good. At least It should be the best content you can share today. So that's how we can see, how we can define imposter syndrome. When you feel you're not good enough, you don't know enough to share, and to share valuable information to some people who may be your customer profile. How do you feel? Just when you look at others and you say, okay, I can't be as good as he or she is. I can't be providing as much value as they do. And also, there's this situation because we always look at least at the same level as we are, or up. And we forget the most important thing is our client, it's underneath us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we should not, because there's also this thing, okay, because I don't know about you, but sometimes I had a kind of a small guy talking in my head. Well, look, what is thinking person B or person C or person A about what you're saying? And it doesn't matter because he won't be my client. So go away.
Yeah. No, I think Marco, you bring up a couple, really great points. I think one is, like you say, when we look at some of these folks, that have maybe been, they've been streaming longer for us, or they just have a background that maybe put them at a different place. It's like, my friend Julie Riley said, a couple years ago when I talked to her, it's like, we're all at different steps in the journey. And so as a live streamer, we're all in different places. I know Tim and I talk about this all the time, that we are in a much different place than we were from episode 1 to where now we're in, episode 130 plus. And if you, it's funny, right? If you look back at your old stuff, you're sometimes like, oh my gosh, that was horrible, but you did it, right? And you can't be afraid that, the whole thing is to try to get better. My saying, I know other people say it, try to get better 1% every time. Everything from like the type of microphones we use to the headphones what are those little things that are going to make you more confident? Because a lot of times, right, the imposter, it's not the people watching you, it's the person that you're looking at in the mirror. No one else is catching those mistakes that you're being so hard on yourself about. And I love what you said too. you're going to have haters. I'm sure there's Tim and Jim show haters out there. And if there's not, then that means we haven't made it yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think those are great points, Jim. And also, I mean, I know I've been going through imposter syndrome like the last few months as I'm home with my kids, and I don't have much time to do work, and I'm watching everybody like growing and they're live all the time, and I'm like, I want to be there, but now I can again. But the last few months have been so challenging from that perspective. But Marco said, how can we overcome imposter syndrome? Like, if we're feeling this way, what can we do to try to move beyond it?
I think something my dad said on that day is the secret. Be the person in the room who knows more about that topic. And what does this mean? Because, okay, I don't know, for instance, technical things about live streaming, so I won't be talking about that. Yeah. I maybe don't know a lot about microphones. I won't be talking about that. What I can talk about? Well, maybe because how I can have from a tiny little village in small Portugal, and I like to say this all the time. I have more followers on Facebook than I have people on my village. Okay, it's very tiny, around 1,000 people. Okay, it's kind of a building in the United States, and I know, for instance, how I can talk. For instance, how I overcome imposter syndrome, because I'm not an English native speaker. Right. I could be here, okay. Oh my God, I won't be talking because it's not my language. But I thought, okay, look, Marco, I have these inner dialogues. Look, Marco, you know people which are Portuguese native speakers who speak Portuguese awfully. Don't you think that there are also people in English people, American people, Canadian people who has the same problem? And I said, for sure. So maybe your English is not as bad. And I think it's the point, okay? Overcome these small fears, and also prepare yourself to talk about something that you really know because you lived, you have that experience, and talk about that. Because nobody can argue about something you lived, something you made. Nobody. So I think it's the most important thing. Be prepared and talk. Think in which topic, in which thing I could be the person in the room who knows it better.
That is a great point, Marco. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's the most important thing. And then we all have this thing, which is with the evolution, and be intentional about this. Okay, I'm here today, but tomorrow I want to be here. Be intentional about that. Okay, and it's the first thing you deliver something to. And Jim is a Toastmaster. You know, he knows what I'm talking about. The first delivery you make, okay, look it back tomorrow and see what can I improve. And then, okay, let's improve. And then the very next day, improve again and get the feedback from the audience. Oh, well, you talk about this, but maybe I need to know a little bit about that. Okay, let me prepare that. And preparation is key, and consistency. It's also very important.
So true. And we should thank everyone who's tuning in. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day, no matter what time, no matter what you're eating, whether you drink coffee or tea or any of those things. Stefan says, when I look at my first Spin Social Hour and now I look at my latest show number 43, I'm really thankful and pleased with the progress. And it always helps to be streaming about what you truly love, me, photography and visuals. That's such a good point, right, Marco?
Absolutely. I think I like to say this. It's kind of a crazy expression, but if it's not hurting, it's not pleasing you. And let's see it in the opposite way.
Yes.
Are you willing to run the extra mile if you don't love the what you're doing? Are you willing to work one more hour if you don't love what you're doing? So it has to hurt to mean that you like what you're doing. So it's it's the thing. When you okay, I made this like, and let me get back to what Stephen told.
Stefan, yeah.
Stefan,
Okay.
I always look back to my videos and I make this deliberately. I go to my first videos I upload to Facebook, and I show them on my trainings, and I look and I show, and they are awful. I have a light here up me. I look like a saint or something, you know, some
Saint
holy,
Marco.
some holy entity, and I have my hands like this all the time, and I speak in a very monotone, very boring tone, and I say, look, if at the end of the training you make the video as worth as bad as I did, I will be very frustrated, because today you have tools and you have the knowledge I'm sharing it with you to make it better.
Right.
So I think it's important to think about this, okay?
Yes.
And it's every time about improving. It's improving. If you make the best you can do with the tools you have right now, you are above way lots of people. So do it.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
definitely.
Marco is so true. I mean, I think the other thing is, right, we have to be open to, and I don't even want to call it criticism. I think we have to be open to critique. I mean, it's to your point earlier
Absolutely.
with Toastmasters, we get evaluated on every speech we give. So if you took things personally, it would be very hard to be in it, but everyone wants you to do better. So even to go ask your peers at times, "Hey, what did you think of my last show, my last speech? What did, what would you, now and granted, you got to remember they're looking at it through their eyes, and it's not always going to be like, doesn't mean do what other people tell you to do, but take it into
Absolutely.
consideration, because you ultimately have to be you. And to Linda's comment earlier, you're absolutely right, Linda. We're all at different places in the journey, and you can't let yourself get wrapped up into the whole idea that, oh my gosh, Marco's been doing this since 2015. I'll never be like him. Marco's been doing it since 2015. Once you've done it as long as Marco, then you will be where Marco is now, or maybe even further along.
Who
But don't,
knows?
yeah, don't make that's, I think, the mistake that we make. The whole imposter syndrome thing is what we can do to improve. If you're not comfortable with, as an example, your public speaking, I say it all the time. Join Toastmasters. I only joined 2 years ago, and I feel like it's made a tremendous difference for me, not only in my confidence on camera, but even my ability to deliver, that I didn't even realize the little things I was doing wrong. Of course, it's funny because then I listen to other people and I catch their
The antenna's on.
catchwords and their ums and their ahs and their those things of that nature.
Absolutely,
But,
absolutely.
how, it to me, it's all about self-improvement. And I think that's how I think even the people that are at the top still get that imposter syndrome, right?
Absolutely.
We all have that little bit of fear, but, you know, uh, surround yourself with good people. That's the other thing. I
Absolutely.
mean, like I'm not in the same room, but I'm on a live stream with two great people that I trust and admire. So I know that, those are the type of people I want to surround myself with. And I think that's what we have to think about.
Absolutely. And there's one tiny thing about what you mentioned about this. Everybody feels somehow the imposter syndrome. For me, just at one level, it is good to feel this, because it's kind of, I'm responsible of bringing good and insightful content. It's kind of, okay, you need to work hard and to deliver something important, value. If you think that way, it's perfect. It's kind of, there's a saying that tells, okay, it's kind of poison. If it's in small quantity, it makes you scratch, but if it's very a, 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 a great quantity, it kills you. Let's put a small quantity of imposter syndrome to to get just remind you how important it is to bring valuable content. Because other thing we see, and I think both of you saw this also. Some people reach that top level and they they relax. Okay, I'll go Google some quotes, some random quotes, and I deliver them on LinkedIn, and then okay, let's keep it flow. It's kind of flywheel, which is there, blah 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 blah, and the other day I saw a post from Marcus Sheridan, the sales lion, and he talked about precisely that those people who are in the middle, because you have the top, you have the middle one, which are struggling there, and there's those who never share anything. Those people who are in the middle, which are struggling, they need to deliver good content. They work harder, most of them, okay, to bring good content so people will notice them. So I think at some level, feeling this imposter syndrome, it's good.
Yes, definitely. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break from our amazing sponsor, StreamYard, which the live streaming platform we use.
What do you
Have
mean?
you heard of StreamYard before, Marco?
Never. Oh my God, I don't. never heard.
On that note, we're going to be right back, and we'll be dancing the Tim when we come back, and then we'll move on. So see you on the flip side. Welcome back, everyone, to the Tim and Jim Show. We are here with the amazing Marco Novo, who is all decked out in his StreamYard gear. It's amazing. He is amazing. StreamYard is amazing, and you all are amazing. So absolutely. Shout out to all of you. And so, Jim, would you like to take away the next question for Mr. Novo?
Absolutely. So what do you find that most people are fearful of when it comes to a lack of camera confidence, Marco?
Well, I think one of the biggest problems is they don't see any feedback. I think it's one of the main problems. I don't see feedback. I don't see faces. I just have this round lens looking at me, and it's strange. For instance, I made a couple of webinars, which was just me talking and the PowerPoint, and I think I didn't even show in the camera. I think it was just sharing the PowerPoint. Ooh. What I made, I opened the tweet deck on the other screen. I was monitoring my hashtag and my hashtag of the event and my handle. So I was saying, okay, I'm doing good. Keep going. I think this one is one of the big problems. Also, we have this problem about our voice. We always think, oh, my voice sounds weird. It doesn't sound. It's not your voice. It's the voice of everybody. I don't know anyone who doesn't have this, because it's kind of biological thing, whatever. The thing is, it doesn't change. You get used to it. That's right. The thing. For instance, when I'm editing my videos, I hear my voice. I had to, and it's different than it sounds in real time. But that's how it is. I'm used to that. Okay, and that's what you should think. The other common problem is, okay, the very moment when I start talking, there will be 1,000 trolls watching me and making things. And like, there's one expression that usually Spanish people say, mostly here on the marketing field. When you start, not even God is looking at you. So
that's a good expression.
Yeah, and I talk about myself. The this could be different, of course. You can, there are, every situation is a situation. But for instance, I made way more than 200 shows, and I only had one troll online live.
Wow.
One. I think I'm lucky. I think I deal in that time not as good as I should with that, but it brought me a lesson how to deal with trolls in your live shows. Okay, so that's another problem. The other problem is you thinking again, those imposter syndrome problem. Okay, I don't know enough. People will start saying, "Oh, you don't know enough." They will be judgmental. And one day I had this conversation. They said, "Oh, look, Marco, one of the good things that I think about live streaming is that people who are watching you are not as judgmental as they are, like, for instance, watching video recordings." And I say, no, that's not the point. The point is you should not be judgmental with you, because it's you. It's the main judge, the final judge. It's your it's you. You should get to the end of the show and think, did I make the best I can do? And if you say around yes, you don't have to be judgmental about that, okay? Because that's it. What others think about you? If your happiness, if your keep going thing, it's based on others' opinions, you're in troubles. Because you will see, okay, that person, I don't know what he meant about that word he said. Was it good? Was it bad? Oh my God, what should I think about this? No. Did I made it good? Yes, you did. I think I did. So keep going. Of course, you can improve. You can ask, and you should ask feedback. But also, it's very important to understand, as you mentioned, Jim, it's very important. One, find the right people to ask for feedback. And usually friends and relatives are not a good source of feedback. Because two things. First, they don't understand what you're doing. They didn't make your way. So, what are you doing? My friend, my son, he spends the time laughing at the camera. What kind of job is that?
Why aren't you a lawyer, Marco? Why are you on the internet?
Absolutely. And also, okay, usually the feedback you get is, oh, it's okay, oh, you rock, or you suck, whatever. And also, maybe they don't fit your customer template, avatar. So what people should give you feedback? Those people who already made your journey, who already suffered what you're suffering now, who made it and could help. Look, you're going that way. Maybe it's not the right way to go. Please think, maybe not doing like that, or maybe doing like this things. And also those people who may be your customers, because they will understand or not if you are speaking to them. Does this resonate with you? Well, it's not clear for me. Okay, I have to speak clearer. And it is good. Also, one thing you should have in mind is to filter the feedbacks. Because, for instance, there are people who sometimes, Marco, maybe you should wear a shirt, a formal shirt and a suit and whatever. And I think, no, I won't, because that's not Marco. Or Marco, you laugh too much. You are very informal in your shows. You should be a little more serious. No, because I'm not presenting the news.
Right.
Okay. So again, you need to be very careful about people who you ask feedback, and B, what you get from above all the feedback. Okay, this is good. I understand that, because yes, it makes sense. For instance, look at the camera. Makes sense. Not being like crazy. Don't start the show with, okay, let's wait for people to come. Okay, let's polish the nails. Okay, okay, there you go. Not okay. 100. Let's start. Then the number of viewers drops down. Okay, let's start, make a pause. Okay, and these kind of things, yes, you should not do. Yes, it's good to get this feedback. Keep with energy, because first, you never know when someone comes to the room, and also this will be recorded. People will watch the replay, and then they don't want to watch a roller coaster show. This is important. But also there are, okay, you should not wear red. You should not use earrings. You should not use lipstick. No, because I like to use lipstick. If you use lipstick, well, not I don't use it, but if you like to use, do it. If it's I think it's important to have this in mind, to understand what I can get, and that's what you mentioned, Jim, about Toastmasters. You don't have to follow any tips or all the tips they will say, but you have to pick, okay, this is good, this one also, and this one also, because every head, every judgment. That's
no, absolutely. I think, that's so on point. I mean, I think, that's what's always interesting too. I thought what you talked about earlier, it's one thing when you're talking by yourself, whether you're recording or doing something live. It's strange because, right, you don't have that feedback. You feel, I don't know if vulnerable is the right word, but then when you have a conversation, that's why I think I enjoy having a co-host, or, even the interview format, because at least okay, if I say something, Tim will say something back. It won't just be like, it's like, think of like a comedian doing comedy without an audience. He has no idea if people are laughing at his jokes or her jokes. So I think, that's the thing I think we have to get over, and just remembering that people, to your point, people are going to watch at different times. Absolutely. And I can tell you, if I go to a live stream that is recorded and I'm waiting for them to get to the point, I'm probably going to go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Well, this has been amazing, Marco. Tell people how they can connect with you and learn more about you and what you do.
Well, it's very easy, because I had this amazing journey of finding the one fits all handling.
Awesome.
MFC Novo. Okay, if you search on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and I think it's enough. MFC Novo. Yes, like that. You will find me even on Amazon Live.
Ooh, excellent. Very good. And Mark, and you also have your own show, right?
Yes, I do. Well, by the way, I have at least 4 different shows.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I have the first one, which is the Special Marketing Live show. Okay. Usually I go live twice a week. Now I have also Marketing Corner Conversation, which is my show on Amazon Live. I have also, with this particular man, Ryan Swanstorm, I have the amazing show on Amazon, because we made this at home. It's amazing, and it's on Amazon. It's the amazing show out of the box. And also I have a podcast videocast on YouTube, Spotify. It's in Spanish. Tendencias de marketing y negocios.
Muy bien.
Yes, absolutely. I think it is. So
keeping a little busy.
Yeah, kind of. Yes.
That is amazing. Well, thank you, Marco. Jim, who is our guest next week?
I don't know, Tim. Who is our guest?
I don't know either. Well, stay tuned, and we will let you know who our guest is next week.
Wait, I can tell you. Hold on. I will tell you. I thought you were joking with me. So, we have always comedy.
I'm always very serious.
I have the same problem. Look, sometimes I like to make my intro and tell you, look, today it's the number. Well, I think it's the number 1 episode. So,
yeah. Now, Don Webster will be our guest next week.
Oh, Don Webster. Awesome. Don is the executive director of an organization called TechBridge here in Northeast Pennsylvania, and he recently interviewed me on his show. They do amazing things. They do business plan competitions for college students, and he's all about entrepreneurship and partnerships and all sorts of amazing things. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, definitely tune in next week. Don is amazing, as Veronica Jeans always likes to say, and brilliant and fabulous and all those words. So Jim, shall we go?
I guess. I mean, it's been a great time. Thank you, Marco, for joining us.
Well,
and
thank you so much for having me.
If you're really brave, you can watch Dealcasters live tonight. Dealcasters After Dark at 7:30. Just go to dealcasters.live. And you'll catch me and Chris
7:30. I think this will be
our
dawn. I'll try. I'll try.
Marco never sleeps. He doesn't sleep.
I'm like New York.
Yes.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. It was a really pleasure to be here. Bye-bye. See ya.